So next we are moving to item 4, public appearances for non-agenda items and new appointment and mayoral proclamation. So we have 2 tonight. The first one is recognizing February 2026 as a Black History Month in Fitchburg.
Proclamation recognizing February 2026 as Black History Month in Fitchburg. Whereas the city of Fitchburg, Wisconsin is enriched by a diverse community whose history, culture, and contributions have helped shape our city, state, and nation. And
whereas Black History Month provides an opportunity to recognize the countless achievements and enduring contributions of Black Americans to our society in fields such as education, science, arts, government, business, community service, and beyond. And
whereas the theme for this year is A Century of Black History Commemorations, which marks a century of national commemorations of Black history. And
whereas in 1926, Dr. Carter Godwin Woodson planned the inaugural week-long observance of Black history. And for the last 100 years, the founders of the Black History Month urge us to explore the impact and meaning of Black history and celebrate the transformation of the Black peoples in the modern world. And
whereas Black Americans have played a central role in Fitchburg's growth and development, sustaining families, schools, neighborhoods, and local institutions through their resilience, leadership, and creativity. And
whereas it is essential to educate all residents about the history, experiences, and perspectives of Black Americans, to promote understanding and to combat racism and inequity in all its forms. And
whereas the city of Fitchburg is committed to fostering an inclusive community that values every resident's dignity, equal opportunity, and full participation in civic life while supporting Black-owned businesses, arts, culture, and educational initiatives. And
now, therefore, I, Julia Arata Fratta, Mayor of the City of Fitchburg, along with members of the Common Council, do hereby proclaim February 2026 as a Black History Month in Fitchburg, and urge all residents to observe this month with programs and activities that educate about Black history, celebrate Black achievements, and recommit our community to the ideals of equality, justice, and opportunity for all. This is proclaimed today, February 10 of 2026.
Well, this is an occasion that we have been doing for a few years now, and I'm so grateful that our illustrious city has decided to do this continuously. It is important to understand that it takes all of a nation, or as we used to say, it takes a village to be able to function well. And I think we have a great, great community here. Thank you.
No, thank you. Thank you, all of you, for coming, okay? So the next proclamation is recognizing February 7 to the 14th of 2026 as a Congenital Heart Defect Awareness Week.
recognizing February 7th to the 14th, 2026 as Congenital Heart Defect Awareness Week, whereas the health and well-being of our congenital heart patients is of paramount importance, and
whereas each year in the United States, more than 40,000 babies are born with a congenital heart defect, and
whereas the medical community has identified congenital heart defects as the leading cause of birth defect-related deaths, and
whereas medical research can provide more identifiable means of the origins and symptoms of congenital heart defect, and
whereas there is no cure for congenital heart defects, and it is a lifelong disease requiring ongoing specialized care, and
whereas fewer than 10% of adults with congenital heart disease are receiving recommended care, and
whereas it is crucial that individuals planning a family, fetal clinicians, obstetric physicians, pediatricians, and those in the medical field have a greater understanding of the potential for congenital heart defects, and
whereas Congenital Heart Defect Awareness Week provides the opportunity for patients and families affected by this condition to share their experiences and knowledge so that the public may be aware of how this defect affects all our lives.
Now, therefore, it is resolved that the Mayor and Common Council recognize February 7 to the 14th of 2026 as a Congenital Heart Defect Awareness Week and encourage all to join in this special observance. This is proclaimed February 10, 2026. Carissa reached out to me a couple of weeks ago, about this. I didn't know about this condition, and so she's going to explain what it is and her work. She's also running a not-for-profit about this.
Well, first of all, thank you guys for recognizing CHD Awareness Week. For us, 10 years ago, we didn't know that congenital heart disease was a thing until our son Clark was born, and we found out 24 hours after his birth that he had a severe defect that was going to require specialized surgeries, doctors, and care in order to get him to where he's at today. And thankfully, he's here and he's healthy and he's thriving and he loves to play the drums. But it affects 1 in 100 births in the United States and across the world. And so we really strive as a family to advocate and spread awareness for this disease. And I run a nonprofit that is based here in Madison, Wisconsin, that has done a lot in policy and advocacy on a national level to really provide funding and research into finding ways that we can treat this better.
Thank you.